Welcome everyone in lecture 10 of unit 3, and in last lecture we have started a topic relationship among various type of languages. So we have various kind of languages, or till now we know that there are regular languages for which we can design FA and for which we can write regular expression, and there are some languages that are known as context free languages, and context free languages are those for which we can write context free grammar. So we know about regular languages, and for regular languages we can write regular expression, and we also know that finite automata is used as a acceptor for regular languages. So for regular languages there will be a finite automata, and regular languages are known as type 3 languages also. And there are bigger set of languages that is known as context free languages, and for context free languages we can write context free grammars. So here is one important thing is that we can write we can write context free grammar for regular languages also, and for every regular language we can write context free grammar. So every regular language is also context free grammar for context free language, but not every context free language is regular. We cannot design FA for every context free language, but we can design context free grammar for every regular language. So there are another kind of automata that is known as push down automata to accept context free languages, and this is finite automata, you already know. And we also know there are some languages for which we cannot write context free grammar, such as AN, BN, CN. We cannot match all three at one time in AN, BN, CN. So these are known as context sensitive languages. Regular languages are type 3, context free languages are type 2, context sensitive languages are type 3, and for context sensitive language we have linear bound automata. These are different type of automata. This is known as LBA, and automata is known as acceptor. For this language FA is acceptor that accept this language. For this kind of language PDA is acceptor. These with the help of PDA we can accept context free language, and this is LBA. Now move to, this is type 1, type 3, type 2, type 1, and move to the another type of languages that is known as recursive and recursive enumerable languages, and for which we have Turing machine as acceptor, and this is also known as type 0 language. So if we have a regular language we can design FA for it, we can write regular expression, we can design context free grammar for it, we can design PDA, we can design linear bound automata, and we can also design Turing machine for regular language. This is the lower set of subset. These all are subsets. This is bigger set of languages, this is other set of languages, this is other subset of these languages, and this is other subset. So, and we also have different kind of grammars also. As context free languages we have context free grammar, Similarly, for regular languages, we have regular grammars. Similarly, for context sensitive languages, we have context sensitive grammar. Similarly, for recursive and recursive enumerable languages, we have unrestricted grammar. So there are various kind of generators. These are generators, because with the help of grammar we generate the language, and these are acceptors, because with the help of acceptor we accept a language. So this is known as Chomsky hierarchy of languages. This topic is mentioned as Chomsky hierarchy of languages, and it is very important. Actually, this hierarchy summarize whole syllabus. Finite automata is unit 1, regular expression is unit 2, context free grammar is unit 3, push down automata is unit 4, and Turing machine and recursive enumerable languages are unit 5. So context sensitive language, linear bound automata, or context sensitive grammar is not a part of our syllabus, but this hierarchy is always relevant in our subject. As till now in unit 3 we know that for every regular language we can write context free grammar. So here we have a hierarchy of various kind of languages and various kind of grammars also. So till now we also know that a grammar has 4 tuples: vn, set of non-terminal, set of terminals, and productions and start symbols from which a grammar start. And then why there are so many kind of grammars? Because each grammar has 4 type of tuples, but rule to write the productions are different in each type of grammar. This is a production, alpha tends to beta, and there are various rules to write this kind of production. There may be single non-terminal, there may be terminals and non-terminal. In another type of grammar there may be some other rule, for another type of grammar there may be some another rule. So we will now we will know various rules to write the grammars. So first we have to know what are regular grammar. In a regular grammar, alpha tends to beta. Alpha will be single non-terminal, as we also know in context free grammar, and beta will be one terminal followed by one non-terminal, or beta can be only one terminal. So and suppose n is a non-terminal, t is a terminal, it is a representation, then rule will be non-terminal tends to terminal followed by non-terminal, or non-terminal tends to terminal only. So this kind of rule is followed in regular grammar. If we follow these rules, then we can write regular grammar, and we can write regular grammar for every regular language. Let's move to the another type of grammar. We already very much familiar about it, context free grammar. Here rule is like that: alpha will be single non-terminal, and beta will be any combination of non-terminals and terminals. We already know, and we have designed so many context free grammars. It is like that alpha will always a non-terminal, and beta will be any combination of Beta will be any combination of non-terminal and terminals. Let's move to the another type of grammar, context sensitive grammar. Here production will have one restriction, that length of alpha will be less than equal to length of beta. And another thing is that in left hand side we can have more than one non-terminal. We can also have combination of terminal and non-terminal. And in right hand side we can also have terminal and non-terminal or any combination of them, with the restriction that right hand side will always have more length. So A tends to A is allowed, equal length. A tends to AB is allowed. AA tends to AB is allowed. AA tends to AB. B is also allowed. But AA tends to A is not allowed because length is lesser here. And another thing is that A tends to B is also not allowed because there must be at least one non-terminal. It is a variable. In the left hand side there must be at least one non-terminal. That means there must be also one variable. That is we going to replace. We cannot replace A. We can replace this. So this is context sensitive grammar. Another thing is that we cannot have productions like A tends to epsilon because here length is 1, here length is 0. So these productions are not allowed. Only S tends to alpha epsilon is allowed because S tends to epsilon means epsilon is the part of the language. So any string that belong to language, that must be derived from the grammar. So this is allowed only in the case of starting production. Now move to the last category of grammars, unrestricted grammar. Here alpha tends to beta and there is no restriction. So there may be anything, we can write grammar as our convenience. So why this is known as context free? Why? What is the meaning of free here and what is the meaning of sensitive here? Here context free means if there is A and we can replace it by AA or we can replace it by A. We can replace this A by any of them. But here in this context sensitive grammar we can have production like that. If there is A, we will replace by B. If there is BA, we will replace by B or some kind of these products. This is BA and this is BB, suppose. So here capital A depend on the context. So if there is A in the right in the left of A, we will replace it by BA. If there is B, we will replace by it BB. So A depend on its context where it is written. Here A do not depend anywhere. Whatever it is, we can replace it directly by any of this production. So this is all about the grammars, and it is also known as type 0, type 1, type 2, type 3 grammars. Similarly, language is also known as type 3, type 2, type 1, type 0. And Chomsky hierarchy of languages is very important as per the exam point of view. So because this is the overall overview of our subject. Thank you for attending the lecture.